welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Smitha. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be talking about the new Morphe X JACLYN Hill Volume 2 palette. This got released this morning and I bought it from the Morphe store. I also got this as a free gift. It's just a little pouch. Cute stuff. You can just put your makeup in here and yeah, it's just a pouch. I'm not gonna ramble too much. Let's jump straight into the price, the packaging, and I'm also going to show you how it performs on me. So I'm going to show you some swatches as well as a tutorial. So without further ado, let's begin. This is the outer packaging. It just says JACLYN Hill Palette Volume 2, and in the back you have JACLYN's picture and a little message from her. So this is how it looks inside. Pretty much similar to her Volume 1. The only difference I see is this is kind of glossy. I think the Volume 1 is a little bit more matte. In case your eyeshadow gets on this, it's very easy to clean it up. Just wipe it off with a cloth. And when you open it, whoops, okay, it's the plastic. So this is the palette, has 35 different shades, has a good mix of the neutrals, some beautiful colors. I think I'm leaning towards the reds today. As soon as I saw those promo pictures, I was attracted towards the reds. Or maybe purples, we'll see. I probably am going to do something with red. But yeah, these are beautiful colors and I totally see myself making a lot of Indian bridal looks with this. Let me know if you want to see some. And on top there's a message from JACLYN herself. Retails for $39. Is it worth it? We will find out shortly. I'm going to first swatch these first and then we will do an eye look with it and we'll see how it performs on the lid. I'm done with my base makeup and the brows because the focus is going to be on eye makeup. Let's go ahead and prime the lids. I'm using the Milani concealer in 135.
I've never been so loud before. Just trying to make you understand my eyes and hair.
I think I'm going to do something more dramatic today, so I'm going to be using some sticky tape in the corners of my eyes to get those dramatic straight edges. I'm going to first dip into my favorite shade in the palette, Livin' My Best. And I'm using this kind of like a flat, firm brush from Milani, and I'm going to use the shade in my crease. So I'm almost defining my entire crease with the shade. The pigment payoff is insane. However, I'm seeing it in the palette, it's the same shade when it gets on my skin. You know, sometimes you see a shade in the palette and when you actually apply it on yourself, it becomes lighter. But here, it's what you see is what you get. And what's interesting about this shade is when you actually see it in the palette, I don't know how much the camera catches, but you can see specks of shine or glitter, I'm not sure. But actually when you apply it on yourself, it's completely matte. Next, I'm going to diffuse and soften this using Heart On. And the brush that I'm using is a ColourPop E21.
Hard to predict, you should admit. Slowly things will come around.
I'm going to dip into Livin' My Best one more time to deepen up the crease. And as you can see, there's barely any fallout. There was just a tad bit of kickback in the palette itself, but that doesn't bother me because I've seen with extremely pigmented eyeshadows, there's going to be a little bit of kickback. Before I cut my crease, I'm going to deepen the colors at the crease further by using the black eyeshadow called Temptress. And I'm using a tiny ColourPop flat shader brush to almost like cut my crease with the black eyeshadow and then blend it out with the transition shades. And this black eyeshadow also has those specks of glitter or sparkle in it, just letting you know, but it's only in the palette when you apply it, it's matte. And I remember JACLYN saying something along the lines of she added those sparkles in there. I don't know, I call it sparkles, but I don't know what it is, to get that extra pigment payoff.
Just trying to make you understand my ice and hands, but you don't even hear my call, and you make me wonder who I am.
Although there isn't much fallout, I like to clean up my lid space before I paint it with any concealer or any primer. So first I'm going to mark the area where I want to cut the crease. I'm just using a flat concealer brush and the Milani concealer in 135. And then I'm going to use the micellar cleansing water. I'm just going to take it with a Q-tip and clean up the lid space. This is an optional step, you don't have to do it, but I like my cut crease to be crisp. And that's why it's almost like a ritual. I just follow these steps. And then using the Milani concealer again, I'm going to paint my entire lid. In the inner part of the lid, I'm going to first start with Heart On, probably in the inner third. And the brush that I'm using is the ColourPop flat shader brush. It's a very tiny brush. And I'm going to probably do a double cut crease with negative space. So I'm going to leave a small space between the cut crease line itself and where I apply the eyeshadow. I'm going to be using Live in My Best in the center of the lid, and the brush that I'm using is a flat shader brush from Folklore. I'm almost trying to create that ombre, the lighter shades in the inner corner, and as it moves to the outer corner, it becomes deeper. I'm also making sure that I soften the edges and blend them out to get that seamless flow of colors. And in the very outer corner, I'm going to be using Temptress, which is the black eyeshadow. I'm going to be applying it with this flat definer brush from ColourPop. I'm basically using the sticky tape as a stencil. I'm going to draw out a line like I'm drawing out a wing, and then I go parallel to the cut crease line. And then I'm going to start shading it towards the inner part of the lid. I'll keep it contained to the outer third, but I will blend it out with the red eyeshadow. There's just a little bit of fallout, so I'm going to clean that up and we can start with the lower lash line. I'm going to first use Live in My Best throughout my lower lash line. I'm just stamping it with the same Milani firm flat shader brush. I'm so glad they decided to name each pan right under the pan. That way you don't have to look for the name somewhere else like the other Morphe palettes and cross-reference it. That is so confusing. I'm going to be using the Maybelline gel liner as my eyeliner today. I'm going to first use it in my waterline. You make me wonder who I am. Do you know what I see? I'm going to use a tad bit of black eyeshadow in the outer third of my lower lash line to connect it with my top lash line. And then using the Maybelline gel liner, I'm going to line my top lash line as well. I'm not pulling out a wing or anything. This is already a cat eye. I don't need any more wings on it. I could have left that negative space as is. It looks pretty cool. But I'm feeling that extra pizzazz and drama, but only in my makeup. So today I'm going to be using a metallic eyeliner in that negative space. This is Gold Rush by ColourPop. For lashes, I'm going to be using the Tati Lashes in TL3. But before that, let's go ahead and curl it and apply a coat of mascara. For mascara, I'm going to be using Bad Girl Bang from Benefit Cosmetics. We can compete with speed and sound, 'cause it's hard to predict, you should admit. Slowly things will come around. I'm still waiting for you to say it. And to finish up, I'm going to be using Bougie to highlight my brow bones as well as inner corners. I see myself cry and say you won't be, You can definitely do a nude lip with it, but I'm just feeling vampy and I just want a lot of red on me today. So I decided to go with a red lip. This is Milan from Ofra Cosmetics. And here is the completed look. I am just living for this. Absolutely love the palette. It's a big yes from my side. The formula, perfect. Pigment payoff, perfect. Performance, perfect. You can't go wrong with this. Let me know what else you want me to create with this palette. Do you want me to do a bridal look? Do you want me to use certain colors and certain tones? Do you want the neutrals? Do you want the purples? Just let me know everything in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you did. I post new videos every Tuesdays, Thursdays and Sundays. For your convenience, I'm listing all the products that I used in the description box right below this video. You'll also find my socials there, so make sure you're following me on Instagram and Facebook. I love you guys so much and I will see you soon with a brand new one. Bye guys.